up, YouTube? This is a video that might be a little controversial for some people, but some of my content just happens to be controversial for some people. This topic is called "What is a Yogasm?" And I came across this topic early on in my yoga when I started practicing yoga, and so I had a feeling that it would come into the path of some of you that are getting into yoga. Just as you start to have experiences, you begin to research and look, and you'll come across this concept. So what happened for me the first time I had it, which was like 6 months or so into doing yoga, is I was practicing what are called handstand vinyasas. So basically, like, I would push up to a handstand from the floor, and I was having a lot of trouble balancing. It was very frustrating. Many times I would do handstands and have to like walk, or my shoulders would start to hurt after a while. And so I found that if I did it in a doorway, I could just touch my feet to the top and didn't have to focus on balance so much. So I did that one day. I was practicing my yoga routine, and so that my hands were like right in a doorway, so that when it came time to push up to the handstand, my feet would just touch the top of the doorway. It worked. While I was up in the handstand, this is after a lot of, I was really warmed up, and a little pop happened kind of behind my sternum, but in my spine, like, so the front of like my spine, I guess. And it felt good, but it was just, if you ever do yoga, bones or joints pop. Bones don't pop. I hope bones don't pop, but joints pop. And so that's normal. But I came down, so I'm in a handstand and I pull my knees into my belly, and then I kind of sit down and I try to roll all the way back up to a shoulder stand where you balance on like your shoulder and neck with your hands on your back. And you're upside down, your feet are above your head. I tried to roll up to that and I couldn't make it. So I'm in the handstand, my back pops, I tuck my knees and I sit and I try to roll up, and I can't make it. I'm stuck on my back, and I start to giggle. I'm overcome with this like warm blanket kind of tingly, almost like you're being tickled, or like if you have like the silly kind of laughs at the end of the night, like punch drunk laughter. And I couldn't stop for like 20 seconds. And I look to the right, my dog, my pit bull, she's sitting on the couch and she's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And after like 20, 30 seconds, it passed, and I went up to shoulder stand, and I didn't think twice about it, actually. I'd already read about yogasms, but it took 2 days to even register that that's what had happened. And then since then, many things have happened that, go beyond that. At first, it was, kind of like a big spike, and then now it's more of just like, just yoga feels good. I distribute that sensation. But there were a lot of big key moments early on, and it has something to do with the nervous system. I don't know exactly what's happening. There's a release of built up pressure, tension, of clenching at a very small scale, usually, or always in my experience, near the spine, that when that is released, it feels a lot like an orgasm. The word yogasm is appropriate. It's just located somewhere else in the spine other than the very bottom. It's just somewhere else. Whether it comes from a joint space, or if it's just a manipulation of the nerve mechanically, or if somehow something else is going on. I think it's a muscular release that results in some fluid exchange, like some, what do you call it, interspinal fluid. So that's my take on it. And I found handstands are tremendous at being about to induce or bring about this kind of experience. It's one of the reasons why I love to do handstands, why I do them as a regular part of my practice, as a separate practice, not just handstands in my yoga practice, but like actual handstand practice. So if you want to know more about that, then comment below for sure. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yeah, I'd love to go more into it if it's something that you're interested in. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.